Let's continue with question 2. This question counted 20 marks in total. Two blocks, A and B, of masses 2 kilograms and 6 kilograms respectively, are placed on a rough horizontal surface and are connected by a light inextensible string. The string makes an angle theta with the horizontal. When a horizontal force of 32 newtons is applied to block B, the blocks accelerate to the right at 0.47 meters per second squared. Block A now experiences a constant frictional force of 3.74 newtons. We start off with a question for 2 marks, a definition that is regularly asked in exams. State Newton's second law of motion. Now, to make it easier to remember, think of Newton's second law simply as F net equals ma. We rewrite this in terms of acceleration and find A equals F net divided by m. So now you can write the definition. When a net force acts on an object, the object will accelerate in the direction of the force, and the acceleration is directly proportional to the force and inversely proportional to the mass of the object. Draw a labeled free body diagram showing all the forces acting on block B. This question is worth 5 marks, so we need to draw 5 forces. First, we have our applied force of 32 newtons. Next, we draw the kinetic frictional force acting to the left on block B. Then we draw the normal force acting perpendicular to the surface. Next, we have the weight acting vertically downwards. And finally, for our 5th mark, the tension in the rope acting diagonally downwards. 5 marks, 5 forces. Also for 5 marks, calculate the magnitude of the frictional force acting on block B by applying Newton's second law to each block separately. Let's focus on block A first and then move on to block B. According to Newton's second law, F net is equal to ma. Now let's apply this to block A. What is the net force acting on the block? To the right, we have the horizontal component of tension T, and to the left, we have the kinetic frictional force acting on block A. Therefore, we can rewrite this as F net equal to the horizontal component of T, so that is T times the cos of theta, minus the kinetic frictional force acting on block A. And this is equal to ma. Now we substitute our values. What is the mass? The mass is 2 kilograms. What is the acceleration? That is 0.47 meters per second squared. That will be the value for both blocks A and B. They move in unison. Right, so if you rewrite this now, it gives us T times cos theta minus the frictional value was given as 3.74 newtons, and that is equal to 2 times 0.47. And if we rearrange this, we get T times cos theta is equal to 4,68 newtons. We'll refer to this as equation 1. Now let's shift our focus to block B. Once again, we know that according to Newton's second law, F net equals ma. We have already drawn a free body diagram of block B, so this makes life much easier. So let's look at our components. We have the applied force of 32 newtons to the right. We have to subtract the kinetic frictional force acting on block B, as well as the horizontal component of the tension, which will in this case also be T times cos theta. So we can rewrite F net as F minus FKB minus T times cos theta equal to MA. We can now substitute the known values. So F is 32 minus FKB minus T times cos theta equals 6 times 0,47. Remember that both blocks have the same acceleration. So we can then simplify this to 32 minus FKB minus T times cos theta, which is equal to 2,82. And we'll refer to this as equation number 2. We now have two equations that we can solve simultaneously. And to make life much easier, T times cos theta, T times cos theta, we're just going to substitute the 4,68 into equation number 2. So that means 32 minus the kinetic frictional force acting on B minus the substituted value 4,68 equal to 2,82. Rearranging for the kinetic frictional force acting on block B, we find that FKB is equal to 24,5 newtons. Therefore, the kinetic frictional force acting on block B is 24,5 newtons. For another 5 marks, calculate the angle theta given that the coefficient of kinetic friction between block A and the surface is 0,2. Let's focus on the vertical forces acting on block A. It was not asked, but let's draw a free body diagram. This always helps. First of all, acting upwards is the normal force, Fn, and the vertical component of the tension, Ty. In this case, it will be T multiplied by sine theta. Acting downwards is the weight of the block. We can now apply Newton's second law. F net equals ma. In the vertical direction, the net force will be equal then to Fn plus the vertical component of tension T, so that is T times sine theta, minus the weight, minus Fg, and that will be equal to the mass, which is 2, and then the acceleration, which is 0, because block A has no vertical acceleration. It's staying on the surface. Now, if we simplify this equation, it becomes Fn plus T times sine theta minus mg equals 0. And then we can simplify this further. Fn plus t times sine theta minus the mass of the block, that is 2 times 9,8 for g, and this is equal to 0. This simplifies further to Fn plus t times sine theta minus 19,6 newtons, and that is equal to 0. We refer to this as equation number 1. The kinetic frictional force is given by Fka equal to mu k times the normal force. We already know that the kinetic frictional force acting on block A is 3,74 newtons, and the coefficient of kinetic friction is 0,2. So we can substitute those values. 3,74 equals 0,2 times the normal force. And if we solve this, we find that Fn is equal to 18,7 newtons. And we refer to this as equation number 2. Let's now substitute the 18,7 into equation number 1. So that gives us 18,7 plus t times the sine of theta minus 19,6 equal to 0. And then we can rearrange this as t times sine theta equals 19,6 minus 18,7, so that is equal to 0,9 newtons. So the vertical component of the tension is 0,9 newtons. And if you recall, we earlier determined that the horizontal component, which is equation 2, is equal to 4,68 Newton. Now let's divide equation 1 by equation 2 to eliminate the tension T. So this gives us T times the sine of theta divided by T times the cos of theta, and that is equal to 0,9 divided by 4,68. Now T and T will cancel out. That leaves us with sine theta divided by cos of theta, which is equal to the tan of theta. And this is equal to 0,1923. So now we can determine theta. Theta equals the inverse of 0,1923. And that gives us 10,89 degrees. Therefore, the angle theta is 10,89 degrees. Here's our final question worth 3 marks. As the blocks move, the string breaks. Will the kinetic frictional force experienced by block A now be greater than, less than, or equal to 3,74 newtons? Explain the answer without the use of a calculation. Now think back to the previous question we just solved. there were two forces acting upwards on block A. It was the normal force and the vertical component of the tension. Now the string breaks. That means that the vertical component of the tension no longer acts on the block. And that means that Fn should increase. Why do I say that? Because F net remains 0. The block is still on the ground. It's not going upwards, it's not going downwards. So Fn must now increase to a value equal to the weight. So if we look at our equation, Fn increases. Mu k will remain constant. So the kinetic frictional force can only increase. So the answer is that the kinetic frictional force experienced by block A should be greater than 3,74 newtons. That concludes question 2, which counted 20 marks. If this video was helpful, please like, please share with your friends. See you next time, and then we tackle question 3.